Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Sunil Verma and with me is Kiran Jha with the Midday News. The headlines. The Prime Minister says, partition's pain can never be forgotten. Asks countrymen to observe Partition Horrors Remembrance Day today to strengthen social harmony and human empowerment. President Ramnath Kovind to address the nation on the eve of 75th Independence Day at 7 p.m. today. 1,380 police personnel have been awarded medals on the occasion of Independence Day. In Assam, banned militant group Ulfa Independence extends ceasefire for 3 more months. More than 55 crore 73 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far, says Health Ministry. National recovery rates from COVID-19 stands at 97.45%. First nasal COVID-19 vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech gets regulatory approval for the second and third phase trials. Government says country is on track to achieve the set renewable energy target of 450 gigawatt by 2030. And in cricket, England to resume their first innings with overnight score of 119 for 3 on the third day of second test match at Lord's today. As the nationwide pre-COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask. Maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that partition's pains can never be forgotten, as millions of our sisters and brothers were displaced and many lost their lives due to mindless hate and violence. Mr. Modi said, in memory of the struggles and sacrifices of our people, 14th of August will be observed as Partition Horrors Remembrance Day. He said, may the Partition Horrors Remembrance Day keep reminding us of the need to remove the poison of social division, disharmony, and further strengthen the spirit of oneness, social harmony, and human empowerment. Home Minister Amit Shah has said that the wounds of partition of the country and the grief of losing loved ones cannot be described in words. In a series of tweets today, Mr. Shah said, Partition Horrors Remembrance Day will strengthen peace, love and unity by eliminating discrimination and malice from the society. Mr. Shah said, in memory of the sacrifice and struggle of our innumerable sisters and brothers who were displaced in the shadow of violence and hatred at the time of partition of the country, Narendra Modi has decided to celebrate 14th of August as Vibhishika Memorial Day.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi conveyed best wishes to writer and historian Baba Saheb Purandare on entering the 100th year of his life. Speaking at the celebration to mark centenary year of Baba Saheb's life through video conferencing, Mr. Modi said that Baba Saheb Purandare's life exemplifies the exalted notion of active and mentally alert centenary life as expounded by our sages. He also noted the happy coincidence of his century falling in the 75th year of India's independence. The Prime Minister highlighted Baba Saheb Purandare's contribution in writing history of the immortal source of a glorious past.
ये सुखद संयोग ही है कि जब बाबा साहब जीवन के 100वें वर्ष में प्रवेश कर रहे हैं, तब साथ में ही हमारा देश भी आजादी के 75वें वर्ष में प्रवेश कर रहा है। मुझे लगता है कि बाबा साहब स्वयं भी अनुभव कर रहे होंगे कि ये संयोग उनके लिए उनकी तपस्या से प्रसन्न मां भारती का प्रत्यक्ष आशीर्वाद ही है।
President Ramnath Kovind will address the nation today on the eve of the 75th Independence Day. The address will be broadcast from 7 p.m. on the entire network of All India Radio and telecast over the channels of Doordarshan in Hindi, followed by the English version. The broadcast of the address in Hindi and English on Doordarshan will be followed by the broadcast in regional languages by the regional channels of DD. AIR will broadcast the regional language versions at 9:30 p.m. on its regional networks. A total of 1,380 police personnel have been awarded medals on the occasion of Independence Day. President's Police Medal for Gallantry has been awarded to Amardeep and late Sunil Dattatreya Kale. Among the majority of the 628 gallantry awards, 398 personnel are being awarded for their gallant action in Jammu and Kashmir region, 155 personnel for their gallant action in left-wing extremism-affected areas, and 27 personnel for their gallant action in Northeast region. Among the personnel receiving gallantry awards, 256 are from J&K Police, 151 are from Central Reserve Police Force, and 23 are from Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force.
In Assam, banned militant group Ulfa Independence has extended ceasefire for 3 more months. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma informed media persons regarding the development in Guwahati today. Mr. Sarma said that unlike past years, this time Ulfa has not called for bandh or boycott of Independence Day celebrations. He appreciated this move and said this is a very positive sign towards stabilizing peace in the state. He requested Ulfa Chief Paresh Barua to make this permanent and also appealed to return to mainstream. A correspondent reports that the outfit had earlier announced ceasefire due to COVID-19 situation. The government has notified the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules 2021 prohibiting identified single-use plastic items by 2022. Pollute due to single-use plastic items has become a major environmental challenge. The manufacturing, import, stocking, distribution, sale and use of several single-use plastic will be prohibited with effect from 1st of July of next year. The thickness of plastic carry bags will be increased from 50 microns to 75 microns with effect from the 30th of September of next month and to 120 microns with effect from 31st of December this year. India is committed to take action for mitigation of pollution caused by littered single-use plastics. The waste management infrastructure in the states and union territories is being strengthened through the Swachh Bharat mission. The government has taken measures for awareness generation towards elimination of single-use plastics and effective implementation of plastic waste management rules.
More than 53 crore 61 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said more than 63 lakh 80,000 vaccine doses were administered during the last 24 hours. It said the recovery rate in the country stands at 97.45%. More than 35,000 patients recovered during the last 24 hours. Till now, more than 3 crore 13 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. India reported over 38,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. The country's active caseload is now at 3,87,673. Active cases constitute 1.21% of total cases. Weekly positivity rate remains below 5% and it is currently at 2.05%. Daily positivity rate is at 1.73% and it is less than 3% for the last 19 days. The Union Health Ministry has said that more than 55 crore 73 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. It said that further 1 crore 37,990 doses are in the pipeline. The new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced from 21st of June this year. The vaccination drive has been ramped up through availability of more vaccines, advanced visibility of vaccine availability to states and union territories for enabling better planning by them and streamlining the vaccine supply chain. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the government has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. The first nasal COVID-19 vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech has got regulatory approval for the second and third phase trial. This is the first of its kind COVID-19 jab to undergo human clinical trials in India. The Department of Biotechnology said the Phase 1 clinical trial has been completed in the age groups ranging from 18 to 60 years. The company reports that the doses of the vaccine administered to healthy volunteers in this phase has been well tolerated and no serious adverse events have been reported. Previously, the vaccine was found to be safe, immunogenic and well tolerated in the preclinical toxicity studies.
In Madhya Pradesh, Indore has become the first city in the state to have 100% vaccination. At the same time, more than 50% of the target population in the state has been vaccinated. A report.
Country's cleanest city, Indore, set another milestone. It has become 100% immunized city. Municipal Commissioner Pratibha Pal has informed that the target population of vaccination in the city was 18,81,072. Out of this, 18,82,208 citizens have been given the first dose of COVID vaccine so far. The next target of the district administration is to vaccinate 100% COVID vaccine in the rural area of the district. 28 lakh citizens are to be vaccinated in the district. Till now, 3,68,10,619 people have been vaccinated in the state. Rashid Ahmed Khan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha will honor 50 COVID warriors with certificate of appreciation on the 75th Independence Day celebrations tomorrow at Srinagar for their services. The Lieutenant Governor said in a communication that sufficient measures were taken by the Health and Medical Education Department of Jammu and Kashmir in containing the spread of the contagious pandemic by increasing the bed capacity and oxygen availability in the hospitals, apart from ensuring the supply of drugs and consumables with proper management of COVID protocols. Mr. Sinha added that the effective mechanism was also adopted for making vaccination successful for the target groups, which helped to contain the infection effectively.
In Karnataka, Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai will chair a meeting of experts and ministers in Bengaluru this evening on preventive measures to be initiated to keep the pandemic under check. Speaking to media persons, the Chief Minister said that experience derived from COVID first and second wave will help in deriving preventive measures. He added that the opinion of experts in the field and directions received from the central government will be considered in the meeting today. More from our correspondent.
Karnataka on an average is reporting below 2,000 positive cases daily since a week. Bengaluru city is also reporting cases below 400 since a week. Only districts bordering Kerala and Maharashtra are reporting high case loads. Hence, high alert is sounded in the entry points into the state. In Bengaluru, 70% of eligible population has received at least the first dose of COVID vaccine. Testing is constantly kept above 60,000 per day in the city. Hospitalization of critical COVID patients has drastically come down, but the people are constantly asked to wear masks, sanitize and maintain social distance even if they have taken 2 doses of vaccine. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
In Gujarat, nearly 3,92 lakh people have been vaccinated till now. According to the State Health Department, 5,97,748 people were vaccinated in the state yesterday. More from our correspondent.
Out of nearly 3,92 lakh people vaccinated in the state till now, 95,17,000 people have completed 2 doses. At the other end, the new cases of COVID-19 infections remain under control. 23 new cases have been reported from the state yesterday. The recovery rate has remained at 98.76%. 27 patients have been recovered from COVID-19 during the last 24 hours. Not a single death was reported due to COVID-19 in the state yesterday. Similarly, not a single new case of COVID-19 infection was reported from 27 districts and 4 municipal corporations of the state yesterday. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Kerala is to conduct extensive COVID immunization drive from today till the day after tomorrow in the wake of continuous surge in COVID cases. We have more from our correspondent.
Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan said that measures will be intensified in all the districts to expedite the distribution of COVID vaccine. Prior permission is made compulsory for all the public functions to be held in the state. Onam celebrations at government offices should be strictly avoided except for the floral arrangement popularly known as Attapookalam. Chief Minister also directed the Health Department to organize awareness programs to control the spread of COVID in households. Meanwhile, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya will visit Kerala on August 16th to review the COVID situation in the state. The Union Minister will hold talks with the Chief Minister, State Health Minister and other senior officials. Mr. Mandaviya will also visit Government Medical College Hospital, Thiruvananthapuram to access the COVID care facilities. Meanwhile, Kerala continues to report surge in COVID cases as it confirmed 20,452 new positive cases yesterday. Mayusha for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
Recording a rise for the second consecutive day, Maharashtra reported 6,686 new cases of coronavirus infections, taking the total number of cases to 63,82,076. According to the State Public Health Department, 5,861 patients were discharged yesterday, while 158 patients succumbed to the deadly infection. More from our correspondent.
In Maharashtra, COVID-19 patients' recovery rate stands at 96.85%, while the case fatality rate stands at 2.11%. Mumbai reported 284 new cases of COVID-19, taking the total number of cases in Mumbai to 7,38,804. While no new cases were reported by 10 districts and corporations, Ahmednagar reported over 1,000 new cases. With 2,986 new cases, Pune Circle continues to remain a cause of concern, followed by Kolhapur Circle, which saw 1,476 new cases yesterday. Meanwhile, with Maharashtra reporting 66 cases of Delta Plus variant so far, all the district administrations have asked citizens not to panic and strictly follow COVID-appropriate behavior. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. The Prime Minister says partition Spain can never be forgotten, asks countrymen to observe Partition Horrors Remembrance Day today to strengthen social harmony and human empowerment. President Ram Nath Kovind to address the nation on the eve of 75th Independence Day at 7 p.m. today. 1,380 police personnel have been awarded medals on the occasion of Independence Day. In Assam, banned militant group Ulfa Independence extends ceasefire for more 3 months. More than 55 crore 73 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far, says Health Ministry. National recovery rates from COVID-19 stands at 97.45%. First nasal COVID-19 vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech gets regulatory approval for the second and third phase trials. Government says country is on track to achieve the set renewable energy target of 450 gigawatt by 2030. And in cricket, England to resume their first innings with overnight score of 119 for 3 on the third day of second test match at Lord's today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter, handle @NewsAlerts, AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
The Information and Broadcasting Ministry has curated a series of innovative programs to celebrate the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav under the overall spirit of Jan Bhagidari and Jan Andolan. The objective is to ensure involvement of the people in recalling the spirit of sacrifice and patriotism in the journey towards a new India. Media units under the Information and Broadcasting Ministry have outlined a series of synergistic programs across the country through different modes and mediums. One of the key aspects of such programs is to recall the contribution of the freedom fighters, including the unsung heroes of the freedom struggle. All India Radio will be launching a unique innovative program, Azadi Ka Safar Akashwani ke Saath, on national as well as regional channels from the 16th of this month.
Azadi Ka Safar every day with All India Radio from Monday the 16th of August. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, News Services Division of All India Radio brings to you the story of glorious struggle and sacrifices of freedom fighters on 100.1 FM Gold channel in the English news bulletins at 8:30 a.m., 2 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Stay tuned.
इस मिट्टी में दे देंगे जान तुझसे ही तो जिंदा हूँ मैं ओ मेरे हिंदुस्तान तुझसे ही तो जिंदा हूँ मैं ओ मेरे हिंदुस्तान.
A year-long Amrit Mahotsav quiz is being organized by the News Services Division of All India Radio as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. Titled Amrit Mahotsav Quiz with AIR News, the quiz starts from Monday, the 16th of August 2021 on 100.1 AIR FM Gold channel. The aim of the quiz is to raise public awareness about India's freedom movement, its glorious history, art and culture, heritage and strides in various walks of life over the past 75 years. Every Monday and Tuesday, one question each in Hindi and English will be asked at the start of the morning news bulletins at 8 a.m. in Hindi and 8:30 a.m. in English. The same question will be repeated towards the end of 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. news bulletins. Citizens can send their responses to the question over email on amritmahotsavquiz@gmail.com. From the correct responses, one lucky participant will be declared the winner of that edition of the quiz. The name of the winner will be announced in the morning bulletins at 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. the very next day, and also flashed on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The winner will be awarded an e-certificate and a token prize. So join us to celebrate 75 years of India's independence on Amrit Mahotsav Quiz with AIR News.
As part of Fit India Freedom Run 2.0 launched by the Union Youth Affairs Sports Ministry across the country, the Nehru Yuva Kendra, Telangana region held the Fit India Run from Charminar in Hyderabad this morning. Coinciding with the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, scores of the youth, especially NCC cadets, NSS volunteers and representatives of the various voluntary organizations participated in the run. Hyderabad District Collector L. Sharman flagged off the run. Telangana Director of the Nehru Yuva Kendra, Anshuman Prasad, said that several other officials also participated in the run. Adilabad Municipal Chairman J. Premender flagged off the Fit India Run 2.0 at Indira Priyadarshini Stadium this morning. Speaking on the occasion, he said, one has to be fit to protect health and to make strides in any field, and said sports and yoga are the right way to maintain one's fitness. He recalled setting up of 13 open gyms in Adilabad city. District Nehru Yuva Kendra members and districts and several NSS and NCC cadets and students took part in the run. The Fit India Run 2.0 also held in Kumar Bheem, Asibabad district. In the run-up to Independence Day, we bring you a glimpse of significant steps taken by the central government which brought instrumental changes in the lives of people. In this series today, we bring a report on the development in Jammu and Kashmir and the Northeast region. Narendra Modi's government has taken a series of measures for overall development of these two regions. After the abrogation of Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir has fully integrated into the mainstream of the nation, which led to its socio-economic development, while the government has initiated and implemented several initiatives in the Northeast region to build a robust infrastructure. More from a correspondent.
Empowerment of people, removal of unjust laws, bringing in equity and fairness to those discriminated since ages with comprehensive development are some of the important changes witnessed after the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. With the conduct of panchayat elections, the three-tier system of grassroots level democracy has now been established in the Union Territory. Government has formulated a new industrial development scheme for the development of industries in the area. Besides, Jammu and Kashmir Infrastructure Development Finance Corporation has been set up for completion of nearly 6,000 projects that were languishing for years. All the flagship schemes are being implemented in Jammu and Kashmir under the Prime Minister's development package. On the other hand, the Northeast is becoming a major growth engine in the development of the country. Centre is providing support for the development of the bamboo sector in the region. It has approved Indradhanush gas grid project, which would be a 1,656 km long northeast gas pipeline grid covering all 8 states of the region. In the road sector, 35 national highway projects have been awarded. With Divakar, Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, in the wake of drone threat looming large across the Jammu division, especially after June 27 Air Force attacks, the Army installed an anti-drone technology system along the line of control LOC in J&K. Our correspondent reports that a high-tech anti-drone facility has been installed in some parts along the LOC to counter any nefarious activity from across the border, especially the flying objects. As Pakistan is using drones to smuggle weapons, explosives, narcotics on this side of the border, keeping this new modus operandi in mind, an anti-drone technology system has been launched along the line of control. Minister for Power and New and Renewable Energy R.K. Singh interacted with members of the US-India Business Council USIBC in a virtual event. The agenda of the meeting was advancing cleaner, more sustainable and affordable energy to mitigate climate change and power India's economic growth. Mr. Singh apprised the business leaders that India is on track to achieve the set renewable energy target of 450 gigawatt by 2030 and said that electricity distribution reforms and the promotion of open access to the electricity grid will enhance the consumption of renewable energy. He highlighted India's achievements in the field of renewable energy, energy access, energy efficiency, reduction in emission intensity, and shared government of India's plans to promote manufacturing and exports from India, including PLI scheme for manufacturing of solar cells, modules, and batteries and promotion of green hydrogen. He welcomed ideas and suggestions for promoting the sector to meet the ambitious target of 450 gigawatt. The minister reiterated his commitment to further US and India's shared goals on climate change, clean energy and sustainability and the India-US Clean Energy Agenda 2030 partnership.
In cricket, England will resume their first innings from overnight score of 119 for the loss of 3 wickets on the third day of the second test match being played at Lord's Cricket Ground in London. Skipper Joe Root was batting on the 48 and Johnny Bairstow was on 6 runs at the crease when the stumps were drawn yesterday. For India, Mohammad Siraj claimed 2 wickets while Mohammad Shami bagged 1. The hosts are trailing by 245 runs. Earlier, KL Rahul's impressive 129 and Rohit Sharma's gusty 83 knock helped India score 364 runs.
And now let us take a look at the weather update for today. The national capital Delhi will have a partly cloudy sky. It recorded 26 degrees Celsius as the minimum and the maximum will be 36. Mumbai is predicted to have a generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum and maximum temperatures 26 and 33 degrees. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Temperature will vary between 27 and 35 degrees Celsius. Now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. The Prime Minister says partition's pain can never be forgotten, asks countrymen to observe Partition Horrors Remembrance Day today to strengthen social harmony and human empowerment. President Ramnath Kovind to address the nation on the eve of 75th Independence Day at 7 p.m. today. 1,380 police personnel have been awarded medals on the occasion of Independence Day. In Assam, banned militant group Ulfa Independence extends ceasefire for 3 more months. More than 55 crores 73 lakh COVID vaccines doses have been provided to states and union territories so far, says Health Ministry. National recovery rate from COVID-19 stands at 97.45%. First nasal COVID-19 vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech gets regulatory approval for the second and third phase trials. Government says country is on the track to achieve the set renewable energy target of 450 gigawatts by 2030. And with that, we end the midday news.